family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877. Just in time for summer, the return of the Cheesy Burger Pizza from Papa John's. Papa John's and Reese are diving into summer at the Salem store with sizzling beef, dill pickles, cheese, and burger sauce on a large pizza with the return of the Cheesy Burger Pizza for only $9.99. Call Reese at the Salem Papa John's at 812-883-3369 or order online and try these new creations today. And for something a little different, try the Bacon Cheesy Burger Bites for only $4.99. Or try the Cheesy Burger Papadilla for just $6.99. Call today, 812...
Experience the joy of the journey with great fall savings on Michelin tires. Between August 28th and September 23rd, get up to $60 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission on purchases of 4 or more new Michelin passenger or light truck tires totaling $900 or more. Tire purchases totaling $899.99 or less get $40. Available at Washington County Tire Supply in Salem. See www.michelinman.com/auto/deals-promotions-and-rebates for complete details. Offer expires September 23rd, 2024. Void where prohibited.
Special day. The breeze took the clouds all away. It swept the sky like a broom and got ready for a very special day. This is a very special time. Show me a hill I can climb. Give me a mountain to move, and I'll prove that it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day. Up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day.
A very special day it is. It is a wonderful Wednesday. That means my partner in crime, my co-host this morning from Walmart over there, we have Bradley Gilbert. Good morning, Bradley.
Good morning, Becky.
Happy Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday, right?
Beautiful Wednesday.
Love
Beautiful
that.
drive in. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the leaves are changing. So pretty.
Yes.
Beautiful. All the colors.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And in the hot seat, it is Education Wednesday, and we've missed you. Had a little bit of a hiccup there because of fall break, but we're glad to get our own superintendent from West Washington, Keith Nance, with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Dressed a little more.
Dressed to the nines, is that what they say?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Wait,
He's
what
dressed
is-
for success.
Yeah,
if
what
you're
a
a
sharp
Roxette
dressed
fan.
man over there. Yeah,
Any
Brad
of
and
it,
I.
any
Brad,
of
we
it,
we need to go home and
We're
change
slacking
real
a
quick.
little
Yeah.
I did it just to show you up.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you got us. You got us on that one. Okay, we'll get you next time. Okay, we'll try harder. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Yeah.
we'll do better.
We
Becky's
need to.
got tiaras at home, so
I do.
she'll come in with a tiara.
Yeah, you
on.
better believe it. I'll come in with a ball gown on. Okay. Any chance I get to wear a ball gown, I'm in. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, anyway, let's thank our sponsors this morning, Bradley.
All right, we've got Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rose's, Fox Philly Wealth Management, Dr. Blackside Associates, Dr. Penny Gunn, Marshall Monuments, and McAllister Land Consulting.
All right, today is the 23rd day of October. Today is Event Organizers Day. Keith, how good are you at event organizing?
Actually, I believe it's one of my strengths.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's good.
I like it. I like organizing events, and I like seeing the payoff whenever it's over. Seeing people enjoy the time. Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of the things that I'm pretty good at.
Awesome.
I would
Brad?
agree with that on him. I've been lucky to be at different events and things that, and you can tell he does a great job. So I'll
Well,
agree
Brad,
with
you
that.
do too.
Well, I
Over there at
try, I
Walmart,
try,
you
I
guys
try.
organize things all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
part of that.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
And I do too. I have
Every
to agree.
day's an event at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a new
Speaking
day.
of events, it is
Yeah.
October and November.
That's right.
But you know, the thing about it is, I think that those of us, and Keith was talking about, he's good at that and he enjoys that too. I think those of us who do enjoy that,
Yeah.
we can appreciate the hard work
Absolutely.
that goes into
Yeah.
it, and so you know that's kind of cool.
I think that, like, let's roll back when you were younger and that very first event, when you first organized, you didn't realize what all goes into it. And it's been exciting as a mom to watch my girls, like, organize something
Mhm.
and to realize how much goes into it, the time, the effort, and like calling people back and forth. You know, you play that phone tag, and then, like, maybe life happens and somebody's not going to be able to make it, then you got to substitute someone else. I mean, you have to bob and weave so much on that. And I think it's so cool, though, when you do organize something, and I think that anybody that puts something together, we should always be very appreciative because there's been a lot of hard work behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My learning curve was always learning to delegate.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
know, there
good.
are some things where you can make an event a lot better if you got a team of people
Yeah.
Mhm.
working
you-
together.
Yeah, and when you're surrounded by
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
You know, people that you
Yeah,
tell
it's
them-
like doing a group project in high school.
Yeah.
If you've got a great group, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
That's a good point
Wait,
right there. Yeah.
Keith, that's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's very funny.
Yeah.
But I know, like at Walmart, I know, like if they're like, let's say that, you know, it's like they're working on a project and it's time to clock out or time to go home for one group, then another group of elves, or just these superpowers will come in and take that task right over.
Mhm.
That's the thing I thought was most fantastic and interesting about Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That next shift goes right on in and just
And
hits,
just
goes right in.
doesn't,
Seamless.
Doesn't
Yeah,
miss a beat.
yeah, it's true.
I think when it comes to me, though, I mean, I do get credit for planning a lot of stuff. However, I have 3 or 4,
Yeah.
5 great people that really like having, you know, that group project. It's a great team, and they are just so committed. So so I'm lucky in that way. So it is so. But I can remember my first Walmart event that I had to plan, and you look and go, oh my gosh, in 17 and a half years, wow, have I improved.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. So event organizer, this is also Lung Health Day. Take good care of your lungs.
Yes.
Take
Lung
those
health.
deep breaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathe in, you know. Medical Assistant Recognition Day. Love those medical assistants,
Oh, yeah.
right? Hats
Unsung
off to
heroes
them.
sometimes, right?
They are, absolutely. Ooh, I love this. National Boston Cream Pie Day. Yes.
That sounds pretty yummy.
Is it a cake or is it a pie?
Ooh.
It's got cake and pie on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's best of both
Best
worlds,
of-
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And one, like, as soon as it, like, if it comes out of the oven, you let it cool, and then you frost it, and you have that with a big glass of milk.
Mm.
That's when you know you've made it.
I always leave here hungry. Why are you always
We
talking about
always
food,
do.
Becky?
That's what
we.
That's how we roll.
That's our specialty. This is, yeah.
It's our love language.
That's it. That is our love language. National Canning Day. Keith, you can?
No, I don't.
Brad?
I do. I have pickles.
Pickle.
That's my go-to. I mean, I know. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But yeah, that is
Well,
one thing I
not
like
true.
to do.
Here's my cheat code.
Okay.
And the things I want to save or pickle or can, I just take the old store-bought from Walmart can of pickle juice, and I just cut my cucumbers up and put them right in there.
You know that actually that's a good way to do refrigerator
Never
pickles.
did
Yeah,
not know
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
I do it with jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never knew that. I never
Yeah,
thought about
you
that.
can.
That's good. Well, my first time canning, I was very young, but I thought I did such a great, I thought, oh, this is so good. But I put the lids upside down. They didn't seal. Mold, nasty. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
gross. So I kind of realized that's not my specialty. National Crocs Day. Do you like wear Crocs?
Like the shoes?
Yeah.
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 I'm not ashamed to say it because they're pretty comfortable.
Yeah. What about you, Brad?
Now I wear them around the house. I don't wear them out.
Okay.
I got-
I'm the same way. I wear them at the house, and because
Yeah.
I got scolded by actually someone who's on the West Washington School Board that I love dearly, because she said, "I cannot believe I'm not calling Carrie Cambria. I love her. She was
We
right
won't
though.
ever mention Carrie's name.
She
No,
was
we
right.
have not
She
mentioned
was
Carrie's name.
absolutely right. She said, "I cannot believe that you are out in public with Crocs and socks."
What's so funny because
She said, "What are you, 100?" So, but she's right.
wait, I love that.
She's right.
But
But I do wear Crocs at home. They are comfortable.
But it's
They
funny
really
though,
are.
the people that so like some are like
Yeah.
really passionate about do not, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, they really bug some people. It's kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like I don't think of anything like a flip flop, a shoe, or tennis shoe, or a sandal, or anything. You get that response, but Crocs, I mean, there's either a love hate. I mean,
Yeah.
You can
people
tell
are-
Carrie things have come full circle because kids at school, they wear Crocs and socks.
Yeah.
Crocs and socks. There we go. Yeah.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
It
Yeah.
does. National Horror Movie Day. Do you like scary movies, Keith?
I don't mind them, not necessarily gory ones, more suspenseful, but my wife doesn't care for them, so I don't watch them very often.
Okay. What about you?
I love them. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thrill seeker over
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the gory ones are not necessarily my favorite of those.
Yeah.
What my favorites are the ones that like the stuff is off camera and it scares that
Yeah.
keeps you
The,
Didn't
on
see
edge.
it
the music,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
in your mind you're coming up with like what's
What's
yeah, what's in
coming
your
up?
mind is
Yeah.
way more terrifying than what could be on the screen.
I know.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And you can't go wrong with Michael Myers. I mean,
Oh my
seriously.
gosh, I know. What in the world?
Except
I
for
know.
when he fought in space against Jason.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, that's yeah.
I love it though.
I had put that out of my memory.
National iPod Day. Brad, you still have an iPod?
Yep.
Awesome.
We are
Keith?
closing
No.
in on election day.
Had one for many years,
Hello,
named
everyone.
Jake. Still have
I'm
him
Cindy
somewhere.
Young
I don't
of
know if it's that
Brownfield,
right now,
and this is
I
my
haven't
2
used it in a
cents.
long time, but I still have.
As citizens
All right,
and consumers, we have many shared concerns.
I don't
How
think
we
we're going to
feel those
participate in
concerns
this, but I'm
should
just
be
going to say it.
addressed.
National
Determines
Slap
how
Your
we vote.
Irritating Coworker Day.
Politics and policy.
No, we're not. No,
That's
no.
off
Wait,
limits.
I got
That
someone
is-
from
that's off
Walmart
limits.
that's listening that
I-
he would say he'll come in today
I
in
know.
my office
You'll
and
get a
say,
little slap.
hey, because he says
It's a holiday.
He's the
It's
one
a
that says
holiday.
that I have the face
What's
for
the
radio, but
difference?
he's
I love
always the one that he says
Politics
you're the most
involves the
irritating
process
HR
by
guy.
which
You have all these
people
rules,
make
so
decisions.
he'll
That is
come in
hilarious.
today
Yeah.
and see me.
It's kind of important for HR to have those rules. So I mean, yeah, sorry to be the one that tells that. But TV talk show host day. Hats off to all of them. Yep. Unity Day. Love that for sure. So after you slap, hopefully you'll have a Unity Day, right?
We need unity.
We definitely need unity. All right, Brad, I'm going to jump in with you. Those are our holidays. Get out and enjoy. Beautiful changing of the leaves. Take out, drive, and wander Indiana. But Brad, let's kind of go over. You have got some of the best pumpkins I've seen at Walmart. Oh my goodness. I haven't been out a lot. It's been very difficult for me to get around, but
And we've got a lot of them.
My
still.
goodness.
We've got a lot of them. Still.
yeah, so tell us what's going on with that and tell us
We've
about
got,
it.
which I don't grow them, and I just have to pass on information as we get it. But apparently this year was a great year for pumpkins, not only locally but across the Midwest and the South. And so but we've got pumpkins out there, and one thing that we are really trying to get back to the tradition of pumpkin carving and things like that. And now that, and it's taken a while, but we have an uptick in Halloween candy just because people are now back into doing more trick-or-treating. But one thing with us
millions of animals are
is
abandoned,
our
and more than a million
community,
are
they kind of look at
before they
our
can be
stores
rescued.
and
Organizations
say,
like
well,
American
what
Humane
stores
are
are in
working to harness
communities
the
that are
healing
really
power
getting
of the
back in the
human-animal
swing of
bond.
things.
As
And
animals
so there's
can be
been a
trained as
lot
life-saving
more
service
community
and therapy
events and
dogs
things like
to help
that.
veterans,
So,
the elderly,
we're,
and children with special needs
have
to
access to a
overcome
lot
the
more.
obstacles
Mike,
of everyday life. To
wanted
find out how you
also
can
for
help
us
give
to
animals
kind of
and the people
have
they
a
help
ton
a
because
new leash
they're
on life.
cheaper than the
Please visit
2022 prices
AmericanHumane.org.
for pumpkins and
Not
things
all
like
people are
that.
the
So,
same.
and a
yet,
lot
when we
more
visit the
people are
doctor,
just
our
having
treatments
more
don't look that different.
Halloween parties.
Why is
That's
that?
gotten more
Because
popular
we
over the
just
last
don't have
2-3
enough
years. And
information
so
to do it
people are
better.
decorating
By gathering
with
health
real
data from
pumpkins and
one
stuff like that.
our
in
country's
addition
best
to the
researchers
mums.
will be
We're
able
a
to
rural
develop
community,
treatments
so
that are as
I mean,
unique and
you love
complex
going to
as
someone's
we are.
seeing it
With
anywhere,
this
whether
new
you're out in the
information,
country or in
doctors will
town
have a
with
better
straw
understanding
bales,
of
pumpkins,
disease,
and
so
things
they
like
can
that.
innovate
But
the next great
it's been a
breakthroughs
great
in
year
medicine.
apparently,
Learn
so
more
we're going
at
to capitalize on that as
joinallofus.org.
far as getting people back into. We hit the ground running, the beginning of September. As soon as kiddos go back to school, which I know they go back in August, but beginning of September, Labor Day, we're headed into Halloween. So it's good there. We still have candy coming in, so we've got anything that you would want for your Halloween party for trick-or-treaters. But I would encourage anybody to, we did this year as a fundraiser. We had different parts of the store that carved their own pumpkins and did themes, and you can vote on your favorite. And again, that's a CMN, Children's Miracle Network fundraiser, so 100% of that goes to CMN, and we're very proud of that. So, and I think more than anything, we hear it's an election year, so you talk about the differences and things, but I think families are really trying to get back to what family fun things can we do,
right?
And
sure.
Carving pumpkins and stuff like that just gives some really good thing there. So that's what's going on with the pumpkins.
Yeah. So is there still time to vote?
Registration is passed, but early voting is going on right now.
No, I'm talking about for the pumpkins.
I'm sorry, I thought I mentioned an election. I'm sorry.
It's an election year for pumpkins.
No, still time to vote. We've got. Sorry.
I'm good at.
Yeah.
I'm good at,
yeah. And I will tell you which one to vote for.
Yeah.
I was not involved.
Well, I was asked personally, and I was going to text you about that. Now I'm just going to wait till we do it. I'd love to just catch you off on. Did you do one personally?
I did not.
Okay.
So I'm an honorary.
Okay.
I'm an honorary. Well, no, I'm an honorary team member.
Okay.
For one of the groups, and my contribution was, oh yeah, that looks really great. I was there for moral support. I really was, and because the people doing it are way better and stuff. So.
Okay.
But I did, and to give a hint for everyone, so you need to vote for this. Apparently, I was the model for one of the flying pumpkins.
Oh.
I have to go in and look and see which one is you.
I'm gonna have. I think I figured it out now.
Yeah.
Now so how they do it? I'm trying to.
There's boxes that you just put money in, and that's the one.
But how do they get?
The
oh, okay, the one that's so at the end you're going to count the box to see which one has the most.
They count it every day, and so far we've done really well, and there's a couple of pumpkins neck and neck, so.
Fun.
Very good. But overall, it's just great, and the associates had a great time with it.
They worked hard. Those are some really good pumpkins. Yeah. I mean, I'm impressed with that. Yeah. So that goes on. When will the contest end?
Friday.
Oh, so you got to get it in.
More days,
okay. All right. Somebody.
But we're ready for Halloween, and again, our candy is we're staying consistently with 20 in the candy aisle. We're consistent with 2023 candy prices, and we've really over the last 2 years we've really tried to make sure that inflation, especially for holidays and things like that, are making it better for families to be able to participate in things like that. So I'm very proud of that.
And we see that peanut M&Ms have a new purple.
Yes.
I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I don't know how to play that. I wasn't ready for the purple.
I know. And we still got the caramel popcorn balls that we love for Halloween. So.
Which I'm telling you, once they're gone, they're gone. Yeah. You will not find them. You know what I mean? And they're really good. I buy quite a bit and stack them up. You know what I mean? And well, you have to. It's like
they have a good shelf life.
Yeah, oh yeah, they last. Yeah, they do. Yeah, note to self.
And I do want to, real quick, and we can move on after this, is I do want to, it's official, I want to congratulate the Salem store. It was announced last Friday that the Salem store has officially been nominated for the Helen Walton Award. It was the regional winner, and is on to the North BU. So very proud of that and everything that they're doing. And if you just look at the numbers, we've really exceeded what we did when we won the Helen Walton Award earlier. So we feel really good about it. But Missy and Alicia and Mindy and Amanda, they put together an amazing PowerPoint, and it's always good to look back and say, wow, we did this. And the thing about that is it's what our associates, not necessarily just leaders, it's what our associates are doing in the community and how they're taking care of our customers. So congratulations to them. Every person there deserves that recognition. So feeling really good about that. And then on November 12th, if you want to come celebrate with us, Keith, you can come celebrate with us. Our regional team is coming in. The Salem store on the Associate Engagement Survey was 90s across the board in overall engagement, highest in the region, highest in the North BU. So the regional team is going to come in and celebrate with us on November 12th, and just to say thank you to the associates. And this is the associates giving themselves and their leadership a grade of how they feel, intent to stay, and how they feel about the company as a whole, but specifically how they feel about their job beyond their paycheck, commitment to community. So this store is having a great year. So thank you to everybody involved in that.
Yeah, well, thanks for giving us a report on that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Very proud.
You should be, as you should be. All right.
Excellent.
All right, let's jump in. And, well, first of all, real quick, I do want to say last night, thank you to everybody that came out. We had the WSLM Political Forum. Alex Uli was our moderator. He did a fantastic job, and I'm happy to see the faces, and we hope that maybe those listening, you can go back and listen. I've saved it. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. You can go back and listen if you want to, and find out a little bit more about the politicians. It was good to get like a meet and greet on the air for them to kind of share them themselves. So I appreciate that. And
I appreciate WSLM being a candidate. You know, I've always been involved as a non-candidate and as a candidate now. I appreciate WSLM and all the opportunities. And it was great to see even candidates that are unopposed to come out and just to, you know, talk about what they want to do and things like that, and get to, you know, reach out to, you know, to the general election voters. And so it was a good time. And one thing I do want to go back and listen to it, because we, as local voters, we normally don't have the access to the statewide folks that were there last night. So there's 3 statewide candidates, and we normally don't get that access very often. And so I would encourage folks to especially go back and listen to have that opportunity, so you can get to know what they're all about, because that's a great opportunity to be exposed to something you normally don't get to.
Right, and I thought too that we kind of talked about like what the office, everyone kind of explained what their office, you know, what they do kind of, and a lot of times we don't know that. You know, we hear the names, we hear the title, but we don't know exactly what does that office do. What do you do in that office? You know what I mean?
Well, and that's a good point, because, you know, we talked about, you know, when people talk about just at the county level, I mean, Stephanie Rocky did a good job explaining, you know, what all the clerk's office does besides voting, and what the surveyor's office does, and all of that, and the treasurer, and, you know, even though those were unopposed offices, they took the time to explain that. But another thing to think about is the commissioners, it's contested races in the commissioner races, but a lot of people don't understand that the commissioners are the administrative, so to speak, aspect of the county, and the council are the budget folks and the ones that, you know, pay the bills, spend the money, and decide all of that. So it's good to get that clarification.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. So anyway, so very happy to have that. Don't forget, get out and vote. And want to also remind everybody, this coming Saturday we have the Boo Bash at the Stevens Museum. It's a great time. Bring the kids from 5 to 6:15. At 6:15 we're ending, because then you'll have time at 6:30 for the parade to go up on the square. Will be the parade. So so fun night for families. We want the family. We wanted more candy. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Any opportunity, fill your
Can't get
pockets.
enough. That's exactly right. And then we send them to school, Keith Nance. That's what we do.
I will tell you, typically the day after Halloween is the quietest day.
Because everyone's on that sugar.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm just saying, you know,
gosh.
they're just,
The sugar down.
Exactly. Yeah.
The high is gone.
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know.
They had messed up hair, Tootsie Roll stuck in their hair.
You can
That's
see
a good Halloween day.
Hey, somebody did it right. They were doing it right.
Yeah.
Or they have that makeup, or you know what I mean, that makeup still a little bit on there.
They
You
said it was
can't-
washable,
yeah,
but
but
it's
it
not.
was not. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've done that, put that in my hair before, and it did not come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That easy. So, but it's always a fun time. And anyway, so I want to remind everybody about that. But anyway, so then we do want everybody to have as much candy as they want. You know what I mean? But let's jump in, because today at West Washington is Grandparents' Day. What does that mean? What
So Grandparents' Day, it's an opportunity for grandparents to come in and see their elementary students at school. They have lunch with them. There's some other activities, pictures, photos. Of course, there is the book fair, which, you know, the kids love because they get their grandparents captive, and
Absolutely.
then they're like,
Captive
they've been.
with
There's
cash.
always a motive
Captive
behind.
We always
There's
take the
always
class. We always
something.
take the classes, and they get to preview the book fair, and they've already got their eye on the items they want.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can watch them lead their grandparents in there. And
grandparents don't like to say no.
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
just an excellent day. I mean, the cafeteria is packed. Our parking lot is packed. It's one of our most well-attended events. You know, we always make a real concerted effort to make sure every student has someone.
Sure.
So even if a kid might have grandparents that live too far away, or maybe their grandparents are no longer living, we'll make sure a staff member has lunch with the student.
Love that.
We even have a little fun to go and purchase something for them at the book fair. So that's really nice. Because of the way our campus is set up, with the elementary school being up on the hill and the parking being down below, I drive a little taxi service and drive the grandparents up to the door and back down, which is always a lot of fun, because talking to them and asking who their grandparents are. The grandparents are excited. You know, they're kind of bubbly about coming in. And it also helps let grandparents see behind the curtain. A lot of times the misconception of what school is today, for people that aren't in attendance every day, is pretty drastic from reality. And so we want them to see, you know, what we're doing at school, what their grandkids are doing and learning, what our goals are for their kids, and our commitment to them. So it's a really positive day all around. You know, we start. There's probably people in the parking lot right now.
I love
honestly.
that.
But usually about 10 a.m. things really start to kick up,
Yeah.
and then it is nonstop until 1:30 or 2 o'clock.
Stay in your car. Your chauffeur will be
my
there. to pick you
my
up.
question is, so did any of these grandparents, are they going to have to walk uphill 10 miles in the snow
That's
each
right.
way
Yeah.
to come to Grandparents'
Hey,
Day?
they're
If
accustomed to doing
If
that.
my
They're
dad would
talking
tell it
about-
to you,
yeah.
he would have cans on his shoes. You know, keep his shoes out of the snow.
Yeah.
But no. We make sure it's convenient for them. And then, you know, there are some grandparents that could run up that hill, but, you know, there are some grandparents that they might be, if they're concerned about coming because of that, we want to remove all barriers.
It's good.
So
Right. Yeah.
we started doing that, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago. A really positive response from that. So we've kept it up.
Well, I think it's very
You
nice.
think about how excited the kids are, you know, the grandparents are there. But I think a lot of times in situations like that the grandparents are more excited to be there, you know, or just
Oh.
as much as
Yeah.
the kiddos, you know.
Sure,
It's just
yeah.
like they just love all of that. So.
Well, a lot of times grandparents don't get captive time, you know, with just their grandchild, or just with one potentially. You know, that's something we always try to do in my family. And it's definitely something as a kid, and my wife as a kid did, which was spent a lot of time with our grandparents, and a lot of times spent a lot of time with our grandparents without our parents, you know, whether it would be go stay for a weekend, go help with a project, special trips, things like that. And I think that probably happens a little less today than it used to. So, you know, it gives them the opportunity to, the kids too, you should see them, they're like proud of their grandparents. This is my grandpa.
Aw.
So that's a lot of fun. And then you see the grandpa get a big smile on his face. So yeah, it really is a terrific day.
I love that. Well,
A lot of wills will be changed after today, right?
Yeah,
Johnny is now number one on the list.
I love that. Well, I think just like Education Wednesday. That's why I appreciate you coming in, Keith, and I appreciate Eastern and Salem. I appreciate all the schools, 3 county schools coming in, because I do think it's a total different world. And I think what goes on your campus, and we know there's superpowers, there's greatness, and we know there's great things all the time. It's hard to mark all of that. You see that every day. But it's cool to highlight it and let the community know what's going on. And then when you bring these grandparents in and they see, like, let's say when they go back home and the grandchild says, my classroom, well, then now the grandparent knows what your classroom looks like. My lunchroom like this. Oh, I know what the lunchroom looks like. You see it. And bringing that into where everybody's on the same page, and bringing, where they can actually have that conversation and say, oh yeah, I met your superintendent. He's a good chauffeur. He's a little crazy driver, but got to step the hill. You want to borrow my Jeep?
Last year we even did a grandparents' day for our graduating seniors.
Love that.
That was really popular.
That's really cool. But these are things that they can relate to, and this is a special moment. I can remember. I don't remember necessarily Grandparents' Day so much, but I remember like my mom and dad would come for lunch, and I remember just thinking the best day ever. You know what I mean? When you are there at school and your parents come in, to have lunch with you.
Yeah.
And to have this, I love this so much. I think it's wonderful.
Well,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, Becky, when our parents showed up, we were just glad if it was on their own volition, not being called by someone.
The principal was not walking with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If they were,
sorry.
No, you're right.
That
would have been very scary.
Sorry.
Yeah, 2 different things.
Well, I gotta say too, I appreciate media that also helps us tell the positive part of our schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because most media, even when you go local, meaning like regional, I guess, like Louisville or Indianapolis news, but then definitely if you go national, you're getting all the problems. These are the problems. These are the problems. These are the problems. These are the problems. And of course there are problems. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but the truth is, there are great things happening in schools, especially right here in Washington County. I can't really speak to everywhere, but I've been in all these schools. I know people that work at all these schools. They're excellent people. And for me, if we could all just get on the same page, we could even be much more fruitful. Because a lot of times, the big rub between parents or maybe grandparents or community members in the school are, they think that maybe we're not doing what is best for their child. But of course, we all are on a mission to do what's best for every child, including your child. But sometimes decisions have to be made that we don't always agree with. I don't always agree with. When things come from the state level, or they're just really tough decisions and there's no right or wrong decision, it's not clear. You just got to make a decision and make it right.
Right.
And you make it the best you possibly can. And sometimes, a kid is going to come home and they're going to tell a story. They come home and they're in a bit of a mood, and I had a bad day at school today. Well, what happened? Well, the teacher did this. I remember coming home and experienced that exact same thing. And my dad said, "What did you do?" More often now than in the past, you get, "Well, I'm going to head down there to school and I'm going to straighten this out." We have no problem having those difficult conversations, but when you come in for those difficult conversations, we want you to understand, we want the best for your kid.
Sure.
We may not always see exactly eye to eye on what that looks like, but we are certainly if you're in education and you're targeting children, I just can't imagine you're staying in education very long.
Right.
And so that's just not something that is happening. And kids, sometimes they're going to come home, they're going to tell the story, and it's not always untruthful.
Right.
It might leave out some details, and it's definitely going to be from their point of view.
Yeah. Sure.
So we want to hear their point of view, and we want to know whatever happened, how it made them feel, but we also want to explain to them that's a natural part of growing up.
Right.
Everything sometimes will be difficult. Sometimes if you do something, you step out of line, you're going to be called out on it. That's how you learn and that's how you grow.
Yeah.
So I just want people to understand that our employees, someone called and asked me, who's an out of district student from another county. You know, they ask a list of questions about the school, and the first one they ask is like, what do you think is most important? Well, for me, most important is putting really great people in front of our kids. You know, I might see a kid once in 3 months. You know, I'm out quite a bit, but you know, to really interact with every single kid, all 950 of them, is hard.
Sure.
And carry on the duties of your job. But those teachers see them every single day for hours a day.
Yeah.
And so for me, the most important thing to do is put the very best people in front of them. And also good teachers, right? They want them to be able to instruct and have good instructional practices, but ultimately, you know, in their heart, are they good people? Do they care about the children? And we have a staff chock full of people like that. And that's from bus drivers to custodians to, you know, the teacher in the classroom. So, and they are people, and sometimes people are flawed, and sometimes where your kid might have a bad day, the teacher could be experiencing a bad day too. And we try not to let that impact how we do our jobs. But we all need to be on the same page, because if you're pushing in the same direction or pulling in the same direction, you can accomplish a lot of things. And I feel like that is kind of why we've been fortunate to really gain a lot of momentum as a school. We hired Mr. Minton. He's an elementary school teacher, and he is our basketball coach, and he taught for a couple of years at another school. And the people at the other school and some people in that community asked him, you know, what's different there? Why are they doing really well right now? And he said, honestly, the thing that really stuck out to me immediately was in the first 2 weeks, I had more conversations with parents about their kids in those 2 weeks than I did in a much longer period of time in the other school. You know, and so if parents and the school are on the same page, you know, you can do a lot with a child. And so I really feel privileged to be in a place where people care about their children's success in school.
Yeah. But I think that being like, you know, not being an educator, obviously, but I think the thing that is important, outsider looking in, I guess, is, and a family member of, you know, students, and you want them to succeed. I think you are absolutely correct about at the regional level, we get inundated, the community, people in general, grandparents, you know, aunts, uncles, whatever, gets inundated with negative stuff about school systems regardless. We are lucky that we have 3 great schools in our county. The thing is that me personally is, it's one of those things that we send our kids to school to get educated, not to raise them and not to parent them, so to speak. There's times that you have to use those skills, but I think that, and that's a good point about West Washington parents, you know, talking to this teacher more than what, you know, where another school. But I think that's what the parents have got to do. If you want, you've got to get on the same page, and I agree with that. And the best way to do that is, if you are hearing all this negative stuff about the school, if you're hearing something negative from your student that, you know, your family member that you're sending to school, ask questions, get involved. That's the best way to, and I'm not talking about getting involved to tell the school system what they're doing wrong, things like that, but more times than not, when you start asking questions and say, well, this is what Sally Sue said, and I just want to, you know, kind of work through this, so how can I help at home to be part of this good school experience? 99.9% of the time, it is something that is so easy to fix from me.
Yeah, great.
And then, you know, because at the end of the day, I still believe that we've got to understand, you guys have, it's a daunting task to make sure our kids are prepared. And when you're putting the best people in front of them, family members, community members have got to support, and if you think there's something going, ask the question, because you know, don't go blasting without the information. And I think we're in that social media time to where it's easy to be mad at Keith Nance because he's the superintendent at West Washington. You know, I mean, but because, you know, my son got in trouble because, you know, he was struggling that day or whatever. It's so quick, but it should be more quick to reach out and say, hey, I'm concerned just because I want to know what's going on. How can I help fix this?
Yeah. Yeah, and get on the same page. Like, how can we reinforce this stuff at home? What are you experiencing at home that we can help with here at school? Yeah, it's definitely a partnership. And when you're, when you got a good dance partner, you can pull off a pretty beautiful dance. And that's really what that partnership has to look like, because the result is the end result is raising this child up into adulthood, and we have a major role in that, but our role isn't bigger than the parents.
Yeah.
And so we need you.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, I think that's great. We always try to preach that get involved with your teachers, get to know them, and I think that's the best way to go.
Yep.
And also kind of the chain of commands is kind of like, don't forget, if you're a parent and you have something, maybe your child has told you that maybe it's something that you have in question, go to the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Then if the teacher, then go to the principal.
Yeah, we have a lot of really convenient ways to get in contact
Yeah.
with their teacher.
But I think that, that's usually
So I can't go on social media. And,
No, you
talk
cannot,
about-
Bradley. I
Yeah.
think we went through I'm gonna tread lightly here, but I think we went through a wave. Okay, like when I was in school, and Brad, when we were in school, Keith, probably you too. Whenever there was trouble at school, there was gonna be trouble at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my parents, completely supported our teachers and our and the staff and everything. Okay.
Yep.
And so I think that we got away from that, and I think the tides have turned. But I think we really just need to keep kind of going back to where if we can get a relationship between the parent and the teacher, and everybody's and your common goal is to make and to have the best student and the best child, and to make him or her childhood the best it can possibly be. And so I think being on that same page with someone, I always felt like when the girls were younger, if there's something I missed and someone could add like an additive, I didn't want I wanted to raise my girls, but if Brad could say something, Keith, if somebody said something to my daughters, one of my girls, still to this day, that either, gives them a food for thought or gives them an idea to think about, I love that as a parent, you know what I mean? And that's only an additive. That's like, you've already got the cake, but that's putting more icing on it. You know what I mean? That's just I think that's an additive. I think as parents, you probably feel the same way, Brad. You too. And I think that's something that we need to make sure we stay in. And it's just a reminder that please stay close with those teachers.
Yeah, and definitely, I want to say that we are successful because more often than not, that is the support we're getting. So, I'm thrilled. Like I said, I feel very privileged to be at a place where, in most cases, our parents have our back.
I think we're changing on that. I think we're going back to that, which I like this. And you remember we were kind of out in the wilderness with that other. But I think
parents, that goes for coaches too.
Well,
remember
true.
that.
Well, that's true too. And the respect on coaches after the game, do not try to have those conversations with a coach. Coaches have got a lot on their mind. Wait till 2 or 3 days later, then talk to the coach.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a reminder there. Coaches are very passionate.
Storming the bench is not the right thing.
No. After the game, let him breathe. Let the coach breathe.
But I think one thing too, and there again, I'm bragging on our community and stuff. I think that probably, I'm outsider looking in, so Keith, you can probably correct me on this. But I think that our community probably has not been as bad, for lack of a better word, as some communities, because rural communities are often you are related to, you're friends with so many in the education field. So, I think that we at least, we're lucky that it's not. You've got mostly positive interactions, but I think that our community probably in general is predispositioned for that, and I'm glad that some small towns fall down, especially through social media and things like that. I'm not putting down social media. I'm an advocate for that, but I think that's one thing that makes it's harder to be mad at your first cousin's wife for telling Johnny that he's got to sit down in class. And I don't mean that, and I don't mean that flippant. I don't mean that disrespectful. I mean, it's just one of those things, and those conversations sometimes can be a little bit better, easier if it's someone and try. But I keep going back to, at the end of the day, if you're sending your child to the school, you you've got to have faith in those educators,
Yeah.
and you've got to, at some point, learn to trust them and understand,
Right.
like what he's saying. He wants the best of the best in front of
Sure.
those students. And you've got to go, okay, I'm going to take that leap of faith. I trust you.
Right.
And the more you do that, the quicker all this other noise that you hear and these complaints about everything, it'll just go away. It's not important. What's important is your kid succeeding.
I do think our schools are set up for our community to have a greater connection to our school, and that helps. You know, trust doesn't come from nowhere. You have to have exposure and you have to have experience, and you earn trust by doing the right thing. And I do feel like our teachers in our schools do the right thing. And so, you know, again, those things don't happen by accident. It's not a blind faith in our school systems here in Washington County. It's more of I've been there. I went to school there. I've had another child go
Right.
through there.
Well, and
You
you're
know, I've
like-
seen and experienced this, and I
Yeah.
trust them.
And people can see the culture.
Right.
When you understand and believe in the culture, then it's easier to trust
Well,
them.
and like having grandparents day today.
Yeah.
I mean, right there, you're getting. I mean, the grandparents are meeting the teachers. They're meeting. You know, the lunch.
Mhm.
Crew, and they're meeting everybody. Probably custodians will be around.
Yeah.
You'll be around.
Oh, it's
I
all
mean-
hands on deck.
So, I mean, they're meeting people, and they'll put.
There'll be
faces and
administrators
names
in the
and-
washroom doing dishes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Roll up your sleeve, right? Roll up your sleeves and do it. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss the opportunity
No, go ahead.
to
Yes,
share
I
some
wanna-
things about some
Sorry.
really special kids.
Yeah.
No, I was talking.
Yeah.
I was enjoying talking the conversation. Riley Skinner, she's a senior at West Washington.
Yes.
She won first place
I
in
know
the
about
I Voted
Yes.
sticker contest.
We.
And so the stickers that you receive at the polling place will most likely be Riley's
They
design.
will be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We talked to Diego.
So I'm not
Diego,
bragging
yeah.
or anything, but Riley Skinner is one of our Walmart associates.
Yeah.
And I would thank you, West Washington, for.
Yeah.
She is a great student, but she's a wonderful young lady. So
Yeah,
we're lucky
what an
to have
honor.
her.
I'm very
Yeah.
proud of her.
I'm very proud of her
Very,
too.
very proud of her.
So we're
Yeah, no, it's
We've been
exceptional.
talking
you know?
about it, but we'll continue talking
And then
about
Michelle, who is also
yes.
part-time as an associate
Yes.
there at Walmart, the art teacher, she's just excellent. We moved her classroom because it's been there in the old location for years and years and years, but it wasn't conducive for some things. And so we moved it across the hall from my office, and it's a bigger room, and I get to have daily kind of eyes on and ears on some things, and she's an exceptional teacher.
it. Keith,
she's
the
an
truth of the
exceptional
matter is
teacher.
you just wanted to go over paint. You
Yeah,
wanted it close
yeah.
so you can go over there and paint.
Yeah, art
and-
therapy.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like that.
I will
mean,
concur
I
with
mean,
that. She is a part-time associate for us, and
Yeah.
and she is an amazing human being, and she
She
is
is.
great with customers.
Yeah.
We are so lucky to have
Yeah.
to share her.
She is.
And then another student, and I always hate doing this if I miss someone out that did something special since the last time I was here, but Marley Chase, she qualified for regional and cross country. This is the very first year she's run cross country.
Wow.
To me, going to cross country meets and watching them practice is the most grueling thing you'll ever watch. They cross the finish line and they are, I mean, it's exhaustion. And for a short event, they are expending so much energy because, they're running the 3-mile course, 3-something mile course, and they do it with amazing times. You're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
how are they doing this? And then they get to the end, and it is like pushing their body to the ultimate limit. So for her to qualify, and then also a lot of times you see these real lengthy, long-legged, and Marley is your typical student. I mean, she's your typical 16-year-old young lady. Physical attributes don't look like the regional qualifier
Oh,
for
no.
cross country,
Yep.
so it's a burning competition
Sure.
inside of her that's like, I am going to overcome that person has legs that are 8 inches longer than mine. I am going to push hard. I'm going to do, and then talking to Coach Chad Johnson from the beginning of the season till now, the things that she has done to improve, she would have never been a qualifier just 8 weeks ago. And so, it just goes to show that we got some really, really strong-willed students out there, and that strong will applies to all aspects. The beauty of that is she's excellent in the classroom. She's an excellent representative of her school. So just really proud of her.
Well, not only her ability to run, but running is a mind game, but her mind and her focus, and I mean, that right there speaks volumes.
She is one of my neighbors, out in the country. We're all
Yeah.
close. Keith's one of my neighbors too. I always say that. He's one of my neighbors. But
Yeah.
it's exceptional young lady, and it was good to see her run by the house, but I will say that closer to now and more recently, when you would see her, the wave would not be as she was focused.
Getting more and more focused all the time.
They
was
are.
like,
Their mind, I'm telling you
know,
right now, runners, I mean,
just
you
like,
talk about, it's a mind game. I mean, it
Yeah.
really is. And they'll forever be a runner. A runner's always forever a runner.
Yeah.
So.
I love
And then
that.
our volleyball team played into the sectional championship, which I think kind of surprised some people from the start of the year until the end. They had a really exceptional year. It has some girls that are, again, super competitive and want to go out and do the things necessary to make themselves win. They don't just, sometimes everyone wants to win, but only certain people are willing to do what it takes to win. And so they worked really, really hard. Events coming up, we have donkey basketball coming back. And as a fundraiser for the girls basketball
I want to
team.
say I've done that for years, and I, those donkeys do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? So.
And I'm not trying to say anything, but Becky may or may not have cheated at donkey.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell my team. I know. Cannot
the footage
say.
is out.
I just want to say, I had horses for years, so I kind of knew the room. Matter of fact, I was told those donkeys love you, and I'm like, well, yeah, they do, because I know how to get them on my side. You know what I mean? But it is a little difficult though when you are on a donkey and you shoot that ball and try to make that basket.
You don't have your legs under you.
No, you don't have your legs on you, and when the donkey, decides he's gonna go forward, you know what I mean?
It's like, oh no.
Oh.
So I do have a question. How did that come about that you're bringing back donkey basketball?
Well, the girls basketball coach just said, "Hey, I'd like to do donkey basketball." And I said, "They wear rubber shoes, right?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Let's do it."
Love it.
pretty-
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
because,
No, we've not heard about
it's
it for
like,
years.
yeah.
It's kind of one of those things that,
And if you can't go watch a donkey basketball game and not have a good time,
Oh.
you're not even trying.
they're.
You're
I
not
signed
even
up to be
trying.
the announcer, so I hope I get to announce.
Oh, you're gonna love that. Yeah.
I think you should do like a half-court donkey basketball shot just for entertainment.
Oh, nice.
At halftime.
Yeah.
Well, I was disqualified from participating because you can only be so large and be on a donkey. So
They are.
I'm on a weight loss journey, but I'm nowhere near the qualifications.
It's your height, Keith. It's your height.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think that's so much fun and entertainment and family fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's cool.
That's
I'm
awesome.
happy to hear that.
And when
That's
is that?
It's going to be on November the 13th. You can get tickets in advance for $10 or at the door they're $15.
And that's a Wednesday?
That is a Wednesday.
awesome. Okay.
And then we also have a really great Veterans Day program, and it will be on Veterans Day. It's a Monday, November 11th. This year, we're excited that Owen Wyckoff, he's one of our employees who served, he's going to deliver the address. So that's always impactful for the kids when it's someone they see every day and telling their story about their service. And he has quite an extensive story in service. So
And
we're
what
really
way to
excited
thank
about that.
him
Oh,
to
absolutely.
let him have that opportunity.
I
That is
agree.
amazing.
And I love to hear the stories.
I do
Oh my
too.
goodness, they're wonderful.
Yeah, no, it's been it's just been a really great start to the school year, and things are going really well.
We're moving to football sectional.
Yeah, football
You're-
sectional. We're traveling to South Decatur on
Yeah.
Friday.
That's
a
not that
long
far.
haul.
Is it?
Well,
Okay, how far is it? I was trying to.
you're working on it close to 2 hours probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a little bit of
Yeah.
a haul. Yeah.
But that's what happens to us quite a bit. You're in a single A sectional. There aren't a lot of single A schools around here. And so sometimes we get pushed to sectionals out east, which is where we're going now, or sectionals out west, or in the past, sometimes all the way up to Indianapolis. So, this might be the lesser of all evils. Going north to Indianapolis is never a whole lot of fun to start off the sectional. So, if we're fortunate enough to win, we will host the next game. So it'll be fun to host a sectional game if we get that opportunity. So, cheer them on and, wish them luck. If you're not able to attend, you can always listen on WSOM
Yes,
or
we'll
watch
be
on our
there.
live stream. So there's plenty of ways to stay connected.
Yeah. Exciting time. It's crazy to think how fast it went. Like how fast the school year has gone,
Oh yeah.
isn't it? I mean, you know, what I
Yeah.
mean, we had fall break, and now we're like gearing up, getting ready.
It's kind of weird because sometimes a random Thursday can seem like the longest day of your life, and then it can be October 23rd, and you look back and say, how in the world is it October 23rd?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
how are we
It's
here? How are we?
true. Yeah.
How are we in softball sectional or volleyball sectional and
Yeah.
football sectional and
Yeah.
cross country regional and working on Veterans Day, and it's hard to imagine.
Yes.
And the holiday season is among us too, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot going on in the next
Right.
2 months.
Now, how will that play out? So, so of course we already had fall break, and then we got a little bit of a stretch here to get to.
Yeah, and we'll get to Thanksgiving, and we typically, like all the other schools, actually
Yeah.
our calendars are all run pretty parallel
Which
right
is
now in our
nice.
county,
Don't
which
you
is
feel?
nice.
I think
Yeah,
that's nice,
it's kind of
yeah.
hard for us sometimes because we also are as close neighbors to Paoli,
Oh yeah.
and a lot of our cooperative work that we do as schools actually go that direction,
Okay.
like for our career cooperative.
Right.
So it's hard to balance because Orange County always wants to go on their breaks at a different time, and
Right.
Washington County wants to
Sure.
go at another. Well, we got teachers that work for Lost River, and some of our kids go to classes at Paoli for, welding or something else. And so it gets a little tricky for us because we are kind of right there in the borderlands of
Yeah.
Orange County as
Yeah.
well.
Right.
Yeah.
But for our staff, I think, and our students, it's been more beneficial, even though it complicates our school schedule a little bit, to go with the other Washington County schools because family stuff.
Right.
You know, a lot of our schools are connected by blood.
Yeah.
And
Sure, absolutely.
so this year we elected to go, and we have for the last several years, to go more concurrent with the other Washington County schools. So we'll have Wednesday off,
Okay.
and that's always fun too because that Wednesday is always Salem West Washington basketball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
always
you get to see a
exciting.
whole lot of faces because kids are home from college and having
Right.
that day off. I mean, the day before the holiday, people will get out.
Well, you have a lot of families that are blended with them.
Oh
with that.
yeah,
So that's what's
100%.
cool.
I mean,
know
you
what
got first
Yeah.
cousins playing against each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah,
and kind of a
and
homecoming.
then-
Grandparents that have kids on each team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a homecoming. It's like a homecoming.
Yeah.
Everybody coming together.
actually,
That's-
it's
that's
probably a lot
tradition.
more like a homecoming.
Yeah,
than,
it's a
because-
tradition. I mean,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what you do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's even been discussions about moving it, and then it's just kind of like we really can't mess with that.
No, it's really a good
You
thing.
know.
It really is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting, and of course then Thanksgiving, and then before then we'll be rolling
And then
around.
we'll work right up to Christmas, and I think we have almost a full week off before Christmas. I can't.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
to
a
put you on the
countdown
spot. No,
guy.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy how fast everything's going to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? So it seems like it's going quickly too.
I do my very best to focus on the moment and not
Right.
look too far ahead.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. I saw something the other day, the past, present, and future. Well, that's tense. Oh, we took Brad. Oh, stay with me,
Oh.
Brad. I'll be here all day.
It's an education joke on Education Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, so it is. I mean, it's awesome. And so on Grandparents' Day, if there's a grandparent out there for some reason that didn't get signed up, do they just maybe is there like maybe I hate to do that to your cafeteria because I understand.
They can come today.
Okay.
We'll make
What are we
accommodations
having?
for
What's
them.
our? Do you know what the menu is?
Turkey Manhattan.
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes.
Some type of cake, I believe.
Cake. Right. Let them eat cake.
We
What's-
can be
Hey,
honorary.
I can't
I
say
be an
enough.
honorary grandparent
That's
today.
right.
Come on
I
now.
feel like all I
Come
do
in.
is like name drop employees and kids and stuff, but you know, they make you pretty proud. Billy Joe Russell, she's in charge of our kitchen,
Oh.
and she just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
I mean, she is doing so well. The number of choices, the quality of the food.
Oh.
You know, at one point you get people
Turkey
coming.
Manhattan,
You get people
I mean-
coming in. He wants you to privatize your food service, and we
Oh.
looked at that pretty extensively.
It's so
And Billy
yeah.
Joe was just her first year, and she said, "Mr. Nance, give me a chance." And I was like,
Aw.
100%.
Love that.
And thank goodness I did because she is just killing it every single day. Her crew as well. Can't say enough about them. They're
I
excellent.
don't think people realize what the head of lunch or the dietitian. I don't think they realize what they have to do. They have certain guidelines they have to stay
Oh, yeah.
under, but yet they have to bring a taste.
Mhm.
So you have to be very, no, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You want
Yes.
to taste, but you also, you know, you can't do all that lard butter, you know, that we can bring the really good taste, you know what I'm saying? So you have, I mean, they have guidelines they have to follow. It's like you can do this and you can do this, but you can't do this, but then you got to bring a taste, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and you don't realize either how much the visual aspect of food, the attractiveness
well,
of
try
it
the
as
green
well.
ketchup, you know what I mean?
You
You
know?
know, that didn't go over well. You know what I
No.
mean? We need a red ketchup, remember?
But you don't want everything to be brown.
No,
Yeah.
no,
You
no.
just don't.
What kind of, going on further with this, what kind of potatoes are we having? Are we having mashed potatoes with this?
Oh, it's a
So-
turkey Manhattan,
Turkey
you know.
Manhattan.
So you get
You
the
got the
mashed
you get
potatoes
the
underneath.
bread, you
Yeah.
get the turkey,
Oh.
you get the mashed
Oh
potatoes,
my
you get the
goodness.
gravy on top.
But
Who
and I don't mean this
said-
to be bad. I don't
I'm
mean
sorry,
this to
I
be
was
bad at
I was
all.
thinking the bread and the dressing. I
But-
forgot about the mash. I guess I was thinking mashed potatoes on the side.
No,
Mm.
no, and you got no, and I don't mean it's
I feel
fitting
so-
this Grandparents' Day because there's two things that I used to love to spend time with my papa and go. We would go get either a turkey Manhattan or a roast beef Manhattan. Like that is like I think
Oh.
of my grandparents when I
Are
think
we
Yeah.
gonna
of
have cranberry
that,
sauce?
We will when we have our Thanksgiving meal.
Okay.
And we'll have a special meal for veterans on Veterans Day as well.
Okay.
It's always really
so,
good.
So then we have cake.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Bradley.
I mean, you've got the crutches. I got a
Okay.
cane. We're good.
We're,
Golden.
we're coming in. Okay.
And you got someone to transport you.
That's exactly right. Yeah, take us up the hill.
Mr. Nance.
Bitterman,
We're-
take me
we know
around.
Mr.
What is
Nance.
it?
We know
Remember,
Mr. Nance.
take me around the park. You know how I
That
like
first
the
year I
park.
wore like a driving hat. I was like really playing the part.
Remember what was it? What's the guy? Oh my gosh, I love it. The show Bitterman. Remember, take me around the park. He was a millionaire. Remember? Oh gosh, come on, you guys, don't leave me out here. You do know it. Oh, oh, this is gonna. Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
Arthur.
Arthur. See, you made me circle
I thought you
the
said
wagon.
show like TV. I wasn't thinking about movies.
You were actually like, no, you did that now.
He was making
You're
you
gonna
sweat
have to,
it.
You're gonna have to limp twice today. Okay, you're gonna have to limp a lot today. He said, you left me
I'm
out
sorry.
there. No, you don't.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
you just wait. Okay, you wait. Okay. Anyway, he knew
I
early
did.
on.
I did.
He
Yeah.
was like, I knew that. He was just sitting on it. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I was thinking that.
Actually, it was that retention that is like begins with an A. What is it?
Well, I love yeah.
I could see Dudley
Yeah.
Moore's face.
Love that. Just want a piece of cheese. Love that. Okay, I'll quit. Anyway, Keith Nance, we're running close on time, but thank you so much, and thanks for all you do with West Washington as superintendent, dressing up. I love that, and I want to just highlight that for a second because I love when someone dresses up for people because that right there shows respect and what you mean to me. You're telling
Yeah.
the grandparents and the children what you mean to me is I'm going to wear a tie. I'm going to put on a suit, and I'm going to be in this all day long for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wear a shirt or a nice shirt and a suit often, but I hate ties.
Well, you're
But I love grandparents.
swag at
So-
100 today.
There you
You
go.
are
See?
swag at 100, and
See?
that right there shows respect.
Yeah.
Grandparents'
that.
Day and graduation. I guess things that start with G. I'll pull out all the stops for that.
It's just grand, right?
Don't bury me in one, please.
Mm.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother program. But thank you for coming in and keep up the great work and keeping us in the know of West Washington. Good luck Friday night with them. And Bradley, thank you for coming in and good luck. Fingers crossed. I think
Yep.
it'll be a no-brainer who's going to win this.
Yeah.
I can see it already. But anyway, and get over there, vote for your favorite pumpkin.
Absolutely. Raise some
Support
money
it,
for
and
CMN.
100% goes to Children's
Riley's Children's Hospital.
100%.
100%.
Love
And
that.
and this is I always thank you to our community. We have the best community that partners with us, and always make sure that we're contributing in a positive way to Riley. So thank you very much for. And it doesn't matter if it's a quarter or $25. We're so appreciative. And again, 100% goes to Riley. And we have so many Riley families in this community.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time.
They have been at this for over 30 years now. I'm afraid this is as good as it gets. The Rick and Bubba Show.
It is 6 minutes now past the hour as the train is rolling. Thank you for being with us, America. Speedy, the real Greg Burgess, Eddie Van Adler, all here. And say hello to Bill Bubba Bussey.
Rick, glad to be here. Thank all of you for joining us. It is the little party we call Rick and Bubba, and we appreciate you.
Interesting topic off the text line, and y'all are on fire today, by the way. And Bubba, I want to ask you this.
That's been so much more fun than I thought it would be.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I want to ask you, too, because I don't think you've ever addressed this either. So we know Speedy has secondhand embarrassment. And we know others.
Good morning, Linda.
Others in our lives who have secondhand embarrassment. So during what just happened there, which you're now, we're all going to continue on in the text line. Y'all coming up with some great stuff. Someone put up there, is Rick just immune